Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and a clash that we have in store today. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the South Florida Bulls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Bulls will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's McKenzie. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Southern Miss's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Makes the grab. It's Johns. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Golden Eagles want to crank the tempo. White going to attack through the air. It's complete on the right side. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. And the Golden Eagles will line it up on 1st and 10.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
He'll just keep slinging it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And ball security is starting to become a little bit of an issue for this quarterback. In his last game, he had a fumble, and he has another one right here. He has got to do a better job of keeping 2 hands on the ball.
First down here for the offense. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quickly to the tight end. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
From the gun, the ground game. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Parks. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Wants to throw on third down. He's got him in the flat. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Golden Eagles moving quickly to the line. White wants to throw it. Spits it out to the back. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And the Golden Eagles will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of...
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it.
This receiver is so dangerous out in space, and it's a nice job by the QB getting him the ball early on the curl route. You see, once he has it, he's got some wiggle, he's got some shake, makes some defenders miss, and gets up the field.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Pressure coming. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The Golden Eagles send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be...
That's a live ball! And he falls on top of his own fumble.
What a lucky break for the running. I can't imagine what goes through your mind when you cough it up your...
Got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
3:25.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking for room, it's Addison. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to get it through the air. Back open in the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Love the 3rd down call, throwing the angle route to your back, working one-on-one against that defender. Easy pitch and catch for the first.
They'll try the outside to the left. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play, their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
Southern Mississippi, 0.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Makes the grab. It's Mayer. The tackle is made, but he's got it. 1st and goal from the 6. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense going right down the field in 6 plays and now set up for 1st and goal.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls.
Hey, when everything else is covered, sometimes you just got to look to the big fella. I mean, it might not be the right matchup, but I got the size, I can throw it to him, and he rewards you with a score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Central Michigan has the lead right now. Mount Pleasant has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 10 over the Royals. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Going with the counter play here. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. And the Golden Eagles in the hurry-up. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Offense getting set for 1st down. From the gun, running back gets the give. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. The Golden Eagles are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This guy is just playing like an All-American his last couple of games out now. Last game he had 2 sacks. He just registered his 2nd sack in this game. He has been virtually unblockable.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. White going to attack through the air. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the 1st half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
And the returner will be brought down. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking everything.
All kinds of running room. The 40. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Out of the backfield, he's open. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missiles.
Good job in coverage defending their own end zone there because you're trying to compress these windows and make it tough for the quarterback, and they were able to tip that one up in the air, and obviously it falls incomplete.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Golden Eagles will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Grab behind the line. It's Mayer. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Release to the back. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback there just trying to go to his primary target, and they're just not on the same page.
They'll line up for a second down play. The aerial assault continues. They'll run the screen.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off play action. Looking for the score. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Oh, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
White wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking to move it through the air. Finds a soft spot in the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll come out throwing on first down. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Man, I tell you what, this guy's making a name for himself. 2 sacks last week. He's got 2 today already. He is terrorizing quarterbacks.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. With the catch, it's Washington. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. One more snap coming before halftime. He's looking to throw it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Golden Eagles will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. He's got it down the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
I don't know if the defense came into this one expecting the fullback to be a weapon catching the ball, but that play didn't look like they were ready for him. He catches it, turns it upfield for the first.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to listen. O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He wants to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Bulls are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
He just wisely got rid of that when the worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown Bulls! And the stomping has commenced. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And he added the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Give to the running back. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Shoots it to the left. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
He's going to take off. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a first down, new set of downs for the offense.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint, but does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, USF! And the punishment has been extended. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return in, and the ball's free deep in his own territory. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. And man, David, you couldn't ask for any better starting field position than this.
This is as good as it gets. Defense made the play. Now offense gets a chance, Jesse, to go cash this in.
Yeah, they got to pay this one off, too. They would love to be able to go out, be physical, and run this thing in, put a touchdown up on the board.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Got it. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the
touchdown Bulls, and the route is on. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. TCU is running away with things, and I'm not sure who saw this coming today from this offense. They're up by 35 over the Royals. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Line gets set, first down. White going to attack through the air. Takes the easy one to the back. And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
On second down, they'll take to the air. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
On third down, going up top. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Golden Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And how about this defense? They got the donut going. And here's one thing I'll tell you about the donut. Late in the game, you're talking about on the field. We want to finish this thing and keep that 0 on the scoreboard. No matter who's in the game, who we've rotated, everybody's trying to get a 0 up there.
And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Fires and picked off. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And his first pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
Hand off from the shotgun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Short gain on the completion. Good footwork. Gets him the 1st down.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the 1st down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
Fires to the tight end. Open space at the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Pulls it in. Still running at the 40. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He wants to throw it again. He's got his man. Got room at the 35. The expressway is wide open. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Southern Miss.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's got his man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively. You've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
They'll run play action. Using the quick game. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. And the Bulls look to keep this drive humming. He's going to pass. Coming after it. It's caught downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Listen, QBs and wide receivers got to be on the same page. And you got to know when to throw that curl route. It's got to be on time, right when the wide receiver breaks so the DB can't catch up. Nice job, QB and wide receiver, being on the same page and getting some positive yards.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end, crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become. As we're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now, that is a staple of the sport.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
How nice is it as a defense?
Coming up.
7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home. That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got it. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
The Bulls will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They'll try to race to the edge on 1st and goal with the wide receiver. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Trevino. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. The short hands, it's McIntosh. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe.
And the pass hits, picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And, man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue, even though he got outside the pocket.
And here comes the field goal team. Salt, meat open wound. Not a chance. Missed it. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film.
Southern Mississippi, 7.
Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch games.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.